Holy cow.
Oh yeah.
What's going on, Bear fam?
Welcome back to our channel, guys.
If you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, turn post notifications, and join the family.
So we're doing another mukbang story time, but this time we're doing authentic Mexican food.
Y'all can't tell me this shit number 5. Oh my gosh, bro.
Today we're basically gonna be talking and telling the entire story. So we're gonna be telling the entire story time from the beginning.
Girl, you better dig in.
All the details of how we met, where it all started.
So you take them back a little bit and you start while I feast.
So of course we have to use our Hydro X bottle. We've honestly been absolutely loving these. They actually have a dual lid, so you have the straw, which is my favorite. I love a straw. But they also have this side where you can just drink out of. Another really cool thing is that they have this bottom container you can just screw off. You can either take this out and use this for like vitamins, snack, or pre-workout, or protein. Perfect for matching with an outfit, which I've done before.
Or honestly, it makes life so convenient with being able to just carry the bottle. You have your drink, you have your storage, and it just makes life super convenient. It's also a lot healthier and greener, and it keeps your water cold for up to like 12 hours.
But that's honestly why we upgraded from just an ordinary water bottle, because it's versatile, it's more eco-friendly. So if you want to match us or get one of your own, you can check all the information out in the description. You can use our code and get yourself your own Hydro X bottle. I didn't think I was capable of being in a relationship, to be honest. And that's why I feel like it was like crazy, the timing that Ryan and I met, how fast like we clicked and all of that. So
it's actually crazy. Our first video ever on this channel is a story time of how we met. But like we were so young and it was like fresh that like we really didn't even get to go into a lot of detail and like really tell y'all how we met. And so many new Mert family members are here that want to know the story of how we met. We always get asked this question, so that's why I want to give you guys this full story time.
And I feel like in that video, we kind of beat it around the bush a little bit.
Yeah.
But y'all know, we're open and just out there with you guys. We're going into more detail. Okay.
We're happily married now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're going on 8 years now.
I was in my junior year of high school, so it was like the first year that I was able to go to prom, right? So at the beginning of 2017, I was actually in like a whole relationship. And like that relationship was basically on and off for like a year. Very toxic. My dumbass, to be honest, like just kept going back, okay? It was a high school, oh my gosh. That looks so good though. That relationship, I was cheated on and off the entire relationship, and I just kept going back for some reason. It was just messy, and at the end of the day, I never ended up being loved the way that I deserved. Towards the end of our relationship, it got really messy. Caught him in a bunch of lies and a bunch of cheating, and I had a best friend at the time. And me and this girl, like, we became best friends pretty instantly, and we were friends for those like couple years. When me and my ex-boyfriend, we broke up, you know, I was with her like every single day. She kind of saw like everything unfold, and I was like devastated. I found a lot of like proof and receipts and just a lot of stuff that, as bad as you could think of it was bad. As the relationship like just ended, and I was like completely devastated because obviously I was with my best friend at the time.
I'm sorry, please boss. Please take that bite.
That friendship that I had with that girl was kind of like my last straw for a long time. It like kind of just like traumatized me with opening up to girls and being like letting my guard down to trust them, because like the trust just should have never been there. I just basically like found out that my ex-boyfriend and my best friend, he was like planning on trying to like sleep with her. She would just basically talk to like my ex-boyfriends, and it was just like weird situation. I just felt like very betrayed. She just wasn't a best friend, and I just feel like I treat my friends so much differently and with like so much more respect. So I don't know, it was just like
This best friend, keep her in mind. She plays a part in why we're together today.
Why are you laughing? Okay. Or just by that, you can see where this is going. Okay?
Calm down.
So,
Before I shove your face with my fat ass burrito.
fast for a little bit of time, this breakup happened in like, I'm just like rough estimating. I think it had to have happened sometime in February. I had already at this point got my prom dress. Like everything was set for prom. Not to say nothing, but he had his It was like a whole thing. Everything was planned out. That was like a whole situation in itself. Like he was like an asshole about the friggin' prom tickets, me trying to get the tickets back from him, whatever, like his ticket. Anyways, during the time of like the breakup happening,
Ryan swoops in.
No.
And then
No. Keep in mind, let's say this best friend that I had, her name was Jennifer, okay? So I was with Jennifer like all the time. She saw me having all these like mental breakdowns, and over the course of like a few weeks, I kept finding out more and more stuff, like crazy stuff. I would be like at her house bawling my eyes out. So come to find out, Ryan and Jennifer know each other. And I don't know who Ryan is yet, okay?
And this is when Ryan was born.
This is when Jennifer had like, she had like a little roster, okay? And she went on a date with Ryan, okay? And she sent me...
Can Ryan explain his
Wait. But Jennifer sent me a Snapchat, because me and her would talk literally all day, every single day. Sent me a Snapchat of her on a date with Ryan. And I was like, oh, like, get it, girl, because, like, I didn't know who he was yet.
You said that?
No, not like, get it, girl, but I was basically like, ooh, like, okay, like that, because I didn't know.
I was the friend of Jennifer at first, but I don't even know how I became friends with her. I'm not gonna cap. I really don't even remember
how did you become friends with her?
I don't know.
Did you see her on social media or something?
No. It was an in-person thing. I think she was brought to a party that I was at.
Really?
I think, yeah, as like I really couldn't even remember. I was just being a single dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I was trying to be, like.
Oh, she told me everything you said you were talking to her about.
Okay. So, I was being a single dude. We went to completely different high schools. You know
she went to my high school.
But we all ended up actually going to the same community gym. I really wasn't looking for a relationship. Like, I was just like fucking around, I'm gonna be honest. But to be honest, I really didn't like, I ain't gonna say nothing. That's actually gonna be mean. I almost said too much.
Yeah, don't be mean. Well, actually, see, I'm too nice, but just don't be mean.
I wasn't like trying to be on that timing with her. I really wasn't. I was just trying to have a friend, honestly. Okay. 'Cause I had a bunch of friends from her school too.
That's not what she said, but.
Okay.
She was just saying that you were very flirtatious with her.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's typical.
Okay, but I'm not going to be flirtatious with every guy if I just want to be his friend.
I mean, it was just like the way I spoke. Like, maybe she took it wrong.
Do you want me to say word for word what the fuck you said to her?
No.
Okay, right.
I was talking to her. I took her on a date. You know, it was some fucking whack ass date. I think some breakfast shit, right?
Yeah, it wasn't like what you took me on.
We would talk about like shit with each other. So like, she told me about Montana. And she was like, yeah, my friend's going through all this shit. She like sent me some crazy shit. Like, she sent me Montana was like shaking and bawling her eyes. That was like a video of Montana on Snapchat. And I was like,
yeah, she
I was like, what are you doing? Like, she's literally bawling. I was like, go be with your friend. I literally told her this. I remember this to a T because like, I was actually like hurt for her. And I didn't even know her. I definitely knew of Montana. I ain't gonna cap. Because I knew she played soccer, which was crazy because I was actually at like the soccer field. Apparently I was there for somebody else, but she was on the field playing. And you know how they say like you meet your person before, you know what I'm saying? Like you meet your person that you're gonna end up with before you even know them. And like
so you cross paths.
Like we crossed paths then, and that was crazy. But like we always used to cross paths on obviously like in the gym and stuff.
Yeah.
But like we didn't like ever talk or nothing like that. It was just like kind of see.
Yeah, I was like
I would kind of be spotting her, you know what I'm saying? Like I would always be like spotting her. She sent me that video of Montana like shaking, just that, like right after the break. She sent me it on some shit of like either like almost like embarrassing her, I feel like. And that's when I told her, I was like, I don't even know who else she's sending this to. Like I know damn well I'm not the only person this girl is talking to. So like
she definitely sending that shit to more people. And I was like, go be with your friend. Like, what are you doing? Go comfort her or some shit. Go tell her, like, it's gonna be all right, bro.
It's
like,
exactly what she was doing. Like, I'm not surprised.
And I'm gonna be honest, like, I feel like that's why she could have got flirtatious vibes, because I'm a very, like, comforting person.
Yeah.
Like, I am a very comforting person. I wanted to give her a hug. I'm pretty sure told her, go give her a fucking hug. Because it, like, pissed me off. She, like, briefed me on, like, because I was asking what happened. And I was like, I was like, sheesh. I was like, this is the best day I could have put in my life. From there, you know, obviously, like, I wasn't going to slide on Montana because she's straight out of a breakup. Like, I literally just saw her like that. So, like, I did kind of play the friend zone of her, going from where we're about to go now. But I didn't talk to her after that. I still talked to her friend.
The same day, me and Jennifer are talking, and I eventually get to the conversation of, oh my gosh, like, what am I gonna do about prom? Like, am I just gonna go by myself? She makes a joke, and she's like, oh, why don't you go with Ryan? Talking about him. Because she was already on, like, this other dude, and...
Oh shit, that's way better. Woo, that shit is fire.
I was like, I literally don't even know him. Like, I saw him like one time at the gym because like me and her would just go and work out, and then he would be there, and she would tell me like, oh yeah, that's Ryan and his friend or whatever. I was
Some
like,
respect on Alan's name.
oh yeah. Oh, you guys do know who Alan is.
Put some respect on his name. Come on.
Yeah.
You've been there since day one.
Right. Fast forward, like, okay, like, we're in March now. At this point, prom is next month. Jennifer was like, let me just give you Ryan's snap. You guys can just talk. Like, she was like, you don't even have to, like, talk to him like that, but, like, he's really nice. And I was like, okay, like, whatever. So, and plus, like, we had, at this point, like, kind of just, like, knew of each other more because, like, we just briefly saw each other at the gym, because now I'm, like, not in a relationship. Jennifer's not really, like, talking to him like that anymore. So, she gives me his snap. We start kind of, like, talking a little bit, and we're, like, talking for, like, a couple weeks.
And it was on some friend shit of, like, are you good? Checking in on you. It was no strings attached. It was not no hoeing around for me. It was no, like...
We
it was
didn't
just,
even, like, hung out
like,
like
it was
that.
genuinely just, like, friends.
Yeah.
Talking.
I will say, during these, like, few weeks, you know, we would Snapchat back and forth, and he would Snapchat me, and I'm like, damn, well, like, he's actually, like, kind of cute. Like I said, I was not even, like, looking for a relationship, and then I'd start kind of dressing cuter, and then I'd start, like, picking up on, like, oh my gosh, I think that's his car. And then we'd seen each other, like, more and more. I walk in the gym, I'd be, like, all nervous. I'd, like, walk past them, like, not, like, look at them because I was nervous. And, like, stuff like that started happening. So I was like, why do I, like, feel, like, some type of way? Then there was one day where I was at the gym by myself and Jennifer, like, wasn't with me.
She had other friends. And she actually went to an event. She went to, like, a small little car meet
Yeah.
with one of her guy friends.
Right.
The night before. The next day, we saw each other in the gym, and she had Snapchatted me that she went to the car meet and all that stuff, and she Snapchatted me there and everything, right? But like I said, no strings were attached right away. So I went up to her right after, and I was like, for me, I was thinking in my head, like, she going to a car meet with another dude, it's now or never for me. That's what I thought in my head. I was like, it's now or never. If she actually gonna be down with me and want to try something, it's gonna be now or never, or I'm just gonna be put in that friend zone. Like, that was the barrier. Like, I knew it in my head. Like, I felt it with the situation. So I went up to her. I literally saw her on there. I think Alan was with me too.
Yeah, but
I was like, bro, she's here, bro. I was like, fuck. I was like, oh shit, that was my chance, bro. Alan, he gassed me. He used to be my hype man. So I walk over there, I'm all confident. And then she's like on this like cable machine. I walked straight to her and I was like, how was the car meet?
When I tell you guys, I had to be like, huh? I was like, wait, what?
Oh,
and then
so
he
stupid,
had to
bro.
like say it again. He was like, I was the car meet. Like, that's literally, like, I could not understand him. I had to ask him 3 times what he said. I felt embarrassed because I thought I was, like, being rude. And then he probably felt nervous. So, it like, we were both kind of just, like, we were a little nervous.
Yeah, the nerves didn't hit me until I actually went to speak. And I was like, wait, that did not come out right. But I, like, my voice cracked. Yeah, I was nervous. I was talking to the literal girl of my dreams, right? It was like, I just felt this energy from her that I've never felt before. Like, I just like, it just hit me in that moment, and I like shied out. We like talked then, I don't know what happened with that. It was just like a brief talk.
Yeah, brief, because we were both like in the middle of our workout. Then Ryan kind of like takes the chance to be like,
me and Alan are throwing a party tonight. If you want to come, you can come with me.
And you said something like, oh, and Jennifer can come too.
Yeah, because I was actually trying to push her to my friend now. Didn't know me too much or whatever. That night came around, I was like, I don't know, I just didn't think like you were gonna actually do it. Like, I just felt like some tension of like, she's not responding fast anymore. Like, she probably like, yeah, already done. So I started inviting my other hoes and shit. So
You did not, you freaking weirdo. Because I better fucking hope
hey,
not.
the party got massive though, I ain't gonna cap.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. So
no, actually, are you just saying that? Because I'll be really disappointed in you.
no, I'm joking. I'm literally joking.
Okay.
That was Alan. He was inviting them for me.
I feel like that makes it any better.
It was like a rigged ass party that I was throwing. It was no like set up at a house. It was like on the lake, like some crazy shit. But it was gonna be fine. It was supposed to be like a smaller party, like we weren't expecting it to blow up, and that shit blew up. She was giving me flake vibes. Like, she was about to flake on me.
Well, no, that is because me and Jennifer were supposed to go together. And then she flaked on me last minute, which she always, like, at this time in our friendship, like, she always did. We were already kind of, like, on iffy terms because of things that I found out. Like, I told her, like, let's go tonight. And then when she flaked on me, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, great, like, now I'm not gonna go. And then I literally remember sitting in my room. At this point, I was already ready. Like, I had my outfit on, I had my makeup done. I was already ready for the night. And I was like, you know what? If I can convince my if I can convince him to let me go, then I'm gonna go. And I did, and I obviously ended up going.
So she ended up pulling up by herself. Shook that she even showed up, because I was getting such flake vibes from her. And then she was saying like, oh, my friend's not coming. So I was like, she definitely not gonna pull up. Like, I get it if she didn't pull up, like a single girl like coming up here.
I thought he was nice. Like, I thought we were genuinely starting to be like good friends. And it's like, obviously I thought he was attractive, and I was like, if I could hang out with him, like, that would be cool.
That night, because you remember we went to Walmart that night to pick up all this shit for the party?
Yeah.
She built my confidence. When I saw her pull up in the driveway, I was shook. Like, I was literally speechless, like shook. And my confidence was high as shit. And I went into that night with a full high confidence of like, yo, I'm about to make her mine. Like, this is about to be my girl. It wasn't even a thing of like, I'm scared I'm gonna mess this up. It was like a true feeling of like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna show her all of me. And that's it. We're gonna vibe. Like, I just went into it so confident. The reason I say that is because how the night went. I took her to Walmart. It was like we were two kids messing around and just like vibing together. Like, the vibes and the energy between us were just so like
it felt like a attractive,
it felt like a movie.
Best friend.
Yeah,
Love.
It felt like a movie, y'all.
Yeah,
like, it felt like I knew this girl for 10 years. And
yeah.
it was almost like she was inside my soul already. Like, I knew her in a past life or something, because we literally, like, I went from literally earlier in the day being like, how are we partying? Like, cracking my voice to like,
we were cracking jokes.
yeah,
like,
running through Walmart like little kids in a movie, just buying shit that we were gonna need for the party. I don't know, I just like got such great energy from her from the get-go. As the night went, it was a thing of like, yo, like, I don't want to do nothing with her. I don't want to kiss her. I don't want to, like, I just want to like genuinely know who this person is. Like, I wanted to know who she was. She felt like a true light inside of me. Like, she lit me up. And like, that time period of where I was at, either gonna be going down a bad path, or like, this was God putting this light, this girl in my way, and be like, you have an option here. That's what I felt from her. Like, it was like such like a uplifting feeling.
Going into the night, I genuinely thought that we were becoming like really good friends. And that's something that I noticed about him right away, is that like those couple weeks that we were genuinely just like talking over text or Snapchat, never pushed like that sexual young kid stuff. It was just genuinely out of like friendship, and I swear that's why I feel like we like clicked so much is because it wasn't on like I'm just like hoping I get some.
It's just crazy from where I came from, what I was just doing like a month before I met her, weeks before I met her. I felt like this was literally God telling me that you have to switch on the snap of a finger, and this is my blessing to you. That's genuinely what it felt like. I could literally feel those same feelings inside of me right now. Like, it's so crazy. Like, I still feel it, and like I felt it even over the years that we've been together. Why her? I feel like that's a part of it. I feel like everybody's love story. Like, why did you choose this person? I'm gonna go ahead and say mine now, because like now is the point of my life where like is when I chose her, and like I knew she had to be mine. She was attached to me before I even met her. This was like meant to be for me. I genuinely feel like God blessed me with her, because where I was at in my life was I was running the streets pretty much. Like I was playing football and everything was good. I don't come from a bad, my dad was a worker, I'll say that. I come from a broken family, but I had my dad. He had me and my brother's back. Like growing up in high school, like I seen a lot of death. I seen a lot of people get killed. I was put in some crazy situations that God took me out of. I was running the streets. I knew some crazy people that have done some crazy things. It's not a lot I could say on social media, to be honest with y'all, but I was heading down a bad path. I could be there if she didn't come into my life. And growing up, my family didn't really like show love. Like they didn't show love, affection towards each other. It was just like, we just knew it. We never said it, we just knew that we loved each other, but we never said it. I love my dad, but he was a hard ass. But I love him for it, because I am the man who I am today because of him. And then when you're not getting kind of like, we love you by being hard on you. That's how it is. Going into that feeling that I had with Montana, it was like as if God touched me. And I've had moments where I've had like weird signs from God where he took me out of positions where I could be not here with us today. So when I took her to that party and we started hanging out, I almost had like an outer body experience where I was like watching us. And that's why I say it feels like a movie, because I was almost watching us as an outsider. Like that night I could pick apart everything. We showed up to the party, everything that went good. We showed up to the party. We showed up to the party after, you know, our little Walmart run, whatever else we did. We showed up. I set everybody up like where we were gonna be. I told her like, come on, I want to take you to the dock. And me and her went and sat on a dock and weren't even associated with, I didn't want nothing to do with the party. I just genuinely felt like I need to just talk to her. I need to just sit down with her. It's almost like God was telling me, just talk to her. Go talk to her. I'm getting chills right now. My whole body right now.
I'm just kidding you.
So I went and took and sat her down overlooking the water. The light was hitting the water, and we just talked for like 45 minutes, I would say, 30 minutes. And at this point though, I just knew like, I'm gonna make her mine by the end of the night. I just felt it inside of me. I didn't know what was gonna happen.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. He was like really nice to me throughout like everything that I went through prior to us like hanging out on this, like officially hanging out on this first night. Walmart felt cool. Showing up to the party felt good. But in the back of my mind, I was like thinking to myself, like, I wonder if he has been nice to me because he's expecting, you know, something like that from me. Or is he feeling what I was feeling? Because like, to be honest, like I felt different. Like I genuinely felt like I was drawn to him. And now looking back in the conversations that we've had, that's why like God is such like in a forefront of our relationship, because we feel like he definitely brought us together at such the most random, uncalled for time in our life. Like my parents were literally like going through, or we're about to go through the biggest storm in my family. Literally, Ryan and I got together, and a month later, my whole entire family separated and exploded for the worst. Like, it was actually terrible. It was just like the most craziest timing. We both don't know where we could be if it wasn't for each other, and that's why we feel so strongly that it was a weird feeling, but I knew going into that night, like I felt drawn to him. There was a reason why I was like pushing so hard. I didn't care if my friend wasn't going. I want to go. It wasn't until that he like took me to the dock and we were like talking in the way that he was like looking at me. It was just like, okay, maybe he does feel the same.
So while we were sitting down on the dock, we see 5 cars, like 100 miles an hour, but like, it's the docks right there. Like, you can't be going fast. It's like a 10-mile-an-hour zone, speeding down. And then all of a sudden, we see blue lights cops behind them, following them. We were like, I already knew the party was getting busted. I didn't know how or what, but like 3 cop cars came flying down, and I was like, oh shit, like me and Alan's name are on this because like we sent shit to people and like we don't want to get snitched on or something. I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. The thing is where the cops went, my car was sitting. Like we gotta just like get the fuck out of here. We might have to run. So I'm on the phone with Alan telling him like, yo, like the cops just pulled up. They don't know because they're all the way deep in like area that like you can't really see the road because you gotta walk through like kind of trees to get there. I told Alan like, bro, let's go. Like we gotta get the fuck out of here. So his car was right there. So we jumped in his car.
I'm in the front seat next to Alan. Ryan in the back with these 2 girls that... Why were they in the car again? Because they were my friends.
they were my friends. Like I knew them. They were part
those
of.
girls aren't no friends with just guys. Those girls
okay, yeah, those girls they trusted me and Alan because they knew me and Alan to get out of there.
Yeah, but they knew you and Alan why? Because these girls don't have guys
from our past. They were just from like they were like in that realm. That's why I was telling y'all like I was playing like a spiritual warfare there. Like it was like I swear it was like both sides trying to play with me. Like you gotta think of me in that moment, okay? Like it was almost as if like
what they were trying to like mess with you.
But it was almost like as if something
bad,
something negative was trying to affect what I wanted, what I actually wanted for the first time. Like I actually wanted something, and that was you.
I don't know why they were in the car though. It's weird.
I mean, we didn't want nobody to get arrested, and I wasn't gonna let Alan take no rap, so I was gonna have to take a rap, and I was already just planning on taking it. He pulled up there. I told him, yo, I gotta get my car because they're gonna read my plate. I'm not supposed to be parked there. Nobody's supposed to be down here. I don't know why he did this, but he sped up this hill to go where the cops were, and he drives right past my car, right?
Mm-hmm.
He drives right past my car, and I'm like, yo, it's over there, but he's still driving to where the cops are. So I was like, fuck this. So I opened the door and jumped out.
Y'all, when I tell you, I turn around and I look and I just see Ryan tumbling on the floor. I'm like,
I was trying to be slick, bro.
Right.
And I skirted off out of there, and I had Alan meet me up the street, and then like he dropped her off with me, and I took her back to my brother's house. Whole party got busted by the cops. Like people were arrested and shit. Like
you know what I just realized? I just remembered this. Alan's funny as shit.
What?
Because when you just said that, I just remembered that you jumped in your car and I was still with Alan.
Yeah.
And we drove up the street, and I remember being like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. And I swear, if I'm remembering this correctly, Alan said something like, you feeling my boy or something?
He probably did
I
too.
swear,
Man.
I remember
He always
that.
be trying to gas me, so he probably fucking did. I ain't gonna count. He had my back. So I took her back to my brother's house. She willingly came inside. I had no intention of doing anything with her that night. Went in. We laid on the bed in the guest bedroom. Just laid on the bed and just like continued talking, and then we just like we did this.
Stop! I'm getting the microphone, Ryan.
We did this thing that was like.
Stop.
I think I was laying on the right side though.
Yeah, you were laying on this side.
Yeah. She kind of like, let me see. This is gonna sound really corny that we're doing it right now too. Not for us. That's why we're doing it. So she started touching my arm and touching me, and then I like flipped my hand over, and she like kind of was like rubbing her hand on mine, and then like we eventually just kind of like fell into it of like oh shit, okay. And then that was the feeling. I know, so why.
I really have it right now.
Yeah, me too.
I'm in love with you.
We just sat there, held hands, didn't do nothing else but held hands, and that was it. Like,
but I just remember the feeling, like, oh, just like the fact that like I can still show you guys even after like 8 years. I know you guys see it, and obviously like, we feel it, but like the fact that you guys always comment about how like still to this day the way that we still look at each other and the way that we are with each other, it's just like
I think it's the thing of like when I do it and I just look at her, I still see that 17-year-old girl that was hurt and that deserves the world.
Stop, you're gonna make me cry.
I just wanted to give it to you.
You have.
I ain't even trying to be like cringy or nothing. That's what we used to say in my family.
We are cringy though.
We used to say that in my family. We used to make fun of that. Isn't that crazy though? Like I literally switched. Like I flipped like my whole switch. Like I used to be I would say it like I used to be a completely different person. I feel like I ain't on no lovey shit. I was focused on football. I was focused on myself. I really didn't put nobody else in front of me. Her, she came in my life and completely changed me. I'm so blessed that my life went and I met you and it went exactly how God had it written with you. Yeah. From that moment, me and Montana obviously started talking a lot more.
When I left that night, just everything inside the house like was just like so pure. It like really made me feel like warm. We became best friends before we like actually fell in love. Is why I feel like we are and we continue to like build our love every single day. Because like even to this day, like I feel like I fall even a little bit every single day. As I was leaving the house, he was basically like, can I take you like on a date?
Yeah, I told her I want to take her on a real date.
He took me on a date like 3 days later or something like that. Went on like our first official real date.
Which is tattooed right here. I took her to just like a normal dinner. Like it wasn't no fancy stuff. It was like this burger spot that was really good though.
Yeah.
We got Smoothie King because we were both into the gym. We walked over to Smoothie King. We grabbed Smoothie King. From there, I wanted to take her to like a special spot that I really like on the lake. It's like a bench and it's like set up and it's just like the whole lake view and like when the sun sets, it's just like so beautiful. So I wanted to time it perfect so that the sun was setting and we're just sitting on this bench just talking and cuddling each other and just like watch the sunset. My arm was like around her and shit. It dropped pitch black outside now, right? The stars are up, just like chilling, right? And it started getting cold, so like she started scooting over to me.
And I'm like at this point, I'm like I had my head.
Yeah, there was one point we were just literally quiet. The sky brights up and we just see from the back of us to the front of us over the lake a shooting star. Now this thing is the biggest shooting star you will see ever. It was like massive fireball going across the sky.
Like what are the odds out of like any day, any time that like we would have saw that?
Me and her in that moment literally like looked at each other stunned that we both started just like tearing up. Cause like we were both at very
vulnerable, like
kind
of
vulnerable
times
and we in that moment we just like leaned on each other. This was meant to be.
Yeah, like we both knew without saying it, like this was fate, like this was God.
I remember in that moment leaning in and I gave her a kiss on that spot. And it was like the kiss of like the shooting star, just like so bright. And it was just like solidifying. It felt like it was like, yo, like we can't make this up. Like this is actually how our story went. Like it seems like a fucking fairy tale. Like it genuinely does. But our story and this whole 8 years feels like a book. It feels like a movie. Yeah. And even just those first few days just like felt like a literal like out of body experience.
Really fast before the night ended, I asked him to go to prom with me. And you were like,
I was like, I'm being asked to prom? The next day, I took her to a waterfall. It was like a hike, and then it was to a waterfall. I was with Alan and my cousin Joey. They both stood in my wedding.
It was like literally gorgeous. And I remember we get to the top, and we're like we like find our way under this waterfall, and we're kind of like to the side, but like kind of under it, this waterfall. And we have a kiss. He was like, I was waiting the whole hike up here to kiss you. Oh.
I like wanted it to be perfect.
Yeah, he was so cute. Right after that, like we had to rush back home, right? Because the thing, like the waterfall, the hike was like
it was right around
2 hours.
Easter time. It was right around Easter.
That night, I met every single person a part of his family.
5 days later, I had to get surgery on my elbow because I had snapped my elbow, which is a whole story because I was in the gym 3 weeks before I ever took her on a first date. Like, I'm pretty sure before I even ever talked to her, I snapped my arm in the gym with Alan. She was there, and it literally, I was bench pressing with dumbbells. I went up, and then my whole right arm just like collapsed. It just like snapped out and went out, and my bone was like sticking out right here. Apparently though, it was like something that I had did during football season, that it was already, they said it couldn't have snapped on that. It had to have been weak already and possibly broke, because I was wearing a sleeve and I had a lot of pain there for like 2 years. So apparently it was broke for 2 years, and then it eventually just became so dull, they said, and rounded. I had got it checked out before, and it became so dull and rounded where like my little fracture was, that it just like, my arm gave out and it snapped out. So that happened at the gym, and she was there.
Came to the rescue.
She like came to the rescue, making sure I was good and shit. Fast forward, all that happens. I have to go get surgery to get screws put in so that my bone can be reattached to my elbow. She literally like skipped school for like 7 days. It was like a week that she skipped school for, and she just like stayed with me the whole time. She like came to the hospital with me. She just like skipped school, came to the hospital with me, and then she stayed with me like the whole time while I was just like recovering. Like, I ain't never had nobody go out of their way for me like that. But that's why I say, like, it was a crucial time in my life, because, like, I snapped my arm and my whole football, sports, athletic. The doctor told me pretty much, like, you play football and you break it again, because that's how you broke it the first time, you'll never work out again in your life. He said, you'll probably never use your right arm for working out. It'll probably be just daily stuff and you snap it again, because there's going to be no way to fix it, because where the break was, it wasn't going to, like, I wouldn't be able to use it to, like, lift or do anything. He suggested, like, sports needs to be over for me. Schools that were looking at me dropped me, and then that's what I'm saying. Like, it was just such a crucial. I literally, in that moment, I pretty much like was gonna hit rock bottom, be just running the streets, and then she just came in. It's crazy it's just crazy.
The definition of soulmates. I feel like every single thing in our relationship from the beginning has like showed us nothing but that.
Yeah.
It's really God.
Yeah, y'all want some crazy story times? We got some crazy story times we can tell you about the miracles that God has worked for us. Run the video up, get it to like 8,000 likes, and we'll tell y'all more story times in these mukbangs. I'll never not take advantage of doing cringy things with you.
Yeah, so if you call us cringy, we're gonna continue to be cringy. We just love each other. Yeah, we do, yeah.
Oh my God, is that steak? Why does that look like it's on a waffle? What is this called?
I think it's called sopas.
Oh my God.
They made of like corn. I really like this. I think this is the tostados. Oh, that's the steak and queso situation. I'm gonna cry.
This is crazy. That's crazy good. Oh my gosh, this might be my favorite dish. This and the corn. Damn, that's just gas.
Honestly, the taquitos were probably my favorite.
Oh my gosh, BIRRIA
Those
taco.
look so good. I've been dying to try these. Get messy with it. Dunk, 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 dunk. Bomb.
Oh my God, those
Like
are.
the flavor.
Oh, that's
I
a
really
BIRRIA
love
taco.
the broth.
What the? Yeah.
Like the
dip
broth
in
like
it?
makes it like
No, that's crazy good. This is too much
so
food.
much food.
Comment down below. We'll see y'all next video. Mark out. Peace.